Kevin Beaker of Heston against Brian Wilson of Waukegan.
We see here Beaker is the only guy that beat Dawes this year. He beat him 7-5 in the Halstead tournament, I believe it was. And he's going for his first state title after having placed fourth as a freshman, second as a sophomore, and second last year as a junior. So he gets that nice little short fireman that he likes so well and gets his first takedown on Wilson to go ahead 2-0. Of course, Wilson from Waukegan, he's 31-4. He was a regional champ, and he's done an excellent job for the Eagles over there at Waukegan this year. He's lost to Farley from Shawnee Heights, who's undefeated. He's lost to Benedict from Plainville and beaten him again. And so he's in good company.
Kevin Beaker on top on the scoreboard now, 2-0, 1:20 on the clock in the first period. Beaker in the top position in the black singlet. Brian Wilson from Waukegan on the bottom now.
Of course, the Waukegan folks really want to win this one because that would push them up in the standings a little bit, push them maybe ahead of St. Francis or Plainville. But Beaker's tough to beat this year. He's beaten some very good wrestlers, and he's just very tough this year.
Watching Beaker throughout the bracket this weekend, watching him wrestle, he looks to be one of the stronger wrestlers here, very well conditioned.
And he's a wrestler who's overcome some adversity in his life. A couple of years ago, I understand, at the state tournament, he was sick. He was afraid to tell his mother about it because she wouldn't let him wrestle. I think, I don't remember what it was he had, but he was in danger for his life before they got him to the hospital. And he's come back and going for a state title for the third time. He's taken second twice, but he's hoping to change that this year. But of course, Wilson has something to say about that, and we now have a 2-1 match.
30 seconds on the clock in the first period. We have just a 1-point spread in this match. Kevin Beaker of Heston and Brian Wilson of Waukegan. Time running out in the first period. Less than 10 seconds left. Beaker trying to get up from that position.
Referee Jim Worth says we're going to give them 3 seconds more on their feet and see if they can do something with it. He didn't like what he saw down there on the mat.
Time runs out in the first period. The score 2-1. Beaker able to hold on to that 1-point lead over Brian Wilson of Waukegan. Beaker coming in 37-0, and Brian Wilson 31-4. We begin the second period in the 151-pound weight class. (2-1) the score. Beaker in the top position now.
And Wilson likes to get to his feet, and that gives him a little bit of movement there and a little spread. He's coming around behind. He's either going to have a reversal or escape here, or he's going to go back down on bottom. And he winds up with nothing out of it. Put a lot of effort in that to get nothing.
All that flurry of activity and nothing comes of it. 2-1, the score remains. 1:15 on the clock. You see Kevin Beaker there in the top position. These guys have really been going strong and they haven't scored many points.
Wilson wants to get back on the mat, so he's got enough room to move, and of course Beaker wants him off the mat. He's putting pressure in him there to take him off the edge, and he succeeds.
Just a minute left in this second period. Only 3 points scored in this match. 2 for Beaker and 1 for Brian Wilson.
Now we have a tie match. Wilson stands up and gets that escape.
Very close match. 50 seconds left in the second period. Most of the people I talked to prior to the tournament starting this afternoon did not expect it to be this close. we're into the second period, time running out, just 30 seconds in the second period, and we're tied up.
That's the danger of looking at records.
Right.
Again, because the boys lost 4 times doesn't mean he's going to lose this one, because there's a lot more on the line tonight, and it's just something he's going to fight a whole lot harder for. And this coach has got him well coached for it. We have had a 1 point awarded there to Wilson for an illegal head scissors. You cannot put a straight head scissors on the head. You can only figure 4 the head, and it has to be up behind the knee in order for it to be a figure 4. So Wilson takes a 1 point lead there.
That's his first lead of this match. And Beaker's not too happy with that, I don't think.
I think that upset him. He had a matter of seconds to get it, and he got it.
So going into the third period, Kevin Beaker able to come back. 4-3 the score now. Beaker up by 1 point. We're ready to start the third period. Like I said, they're not slowing things down in this tournament at all. They're keeping things moving. Third period starting already. 1 point deficit.
That's what we're here to watch. We're here to watch people wrestle, not stand out there and look at each other. And these guys are certainly giving us what we asked for.
Well, you see Brian Wilson there on the top position. 4-3 the score.
Wilson's got that chicken wing and bar arm in there. He's trying to get some pressure on Beaker so he can get him turned and maybe get a couple of points on the back. And we're going to call a stalemate here and let him start over again.
1:15 on the clock in the third period. Kevin Beaker and Brian Wilson were in the 151-pound weight class. 4-3 the score. Brian Wilson in the top position right now. He's down by 1. Beaker has that 1 point lead.
Of course, Beaker wants to score, but he doesn't want to do anything to jeopardize that 1 point lead he's got now, so he's being very cautious at this point. And, of course, that's frustrating to Wilson because he can't get him to loosen up enough to where he can work something that might turn him.
Well, 40 seconds on the clock now, and there's just a 1 point difference. This match can certainly go either way. Brian Wilson.
We see Beaker there warned for stalling. Referee Jim Worth says you're not doing anything to try to get away, and can't disagree with him on that. So Beaker's been warned for stalling. If he doesn't do something here pretty soon, he could lose a point and that would give us a tie match. Wilson gives him the escape and goes for the takedown. Because Beaker's got the upper hand at this point and comes around to score the takedown, which sews it up for him at 7-3.
Well, Beaker narrowly getting away with the victory there. Kevin Beaker, the champion in the 151-pound weight class, which doesn't surprise a whole lot of people here in the Coliseum. But the closeness of this match might surprise some people. Brian Wilson really putting up a good fight there against Kevin Beaker. Congratulations to both boys. That was a great match.
Wilson had been able to get that last takedown he was going for. We'd have had an overtime.
So Kevin Beaker, the champion now in the 151-pound weight class. Beaker representing Hesston in his victory, over Brian Wilson of Waukene.
We see the award stand now at 142 pounds. In 6th place was Tony Hrenik from Atwood. Taking 5th, Chris Herla from St. Mary's. In 4th place, Alonzo Bocanegra from Wichita County or Leota. In 3rd place, Bryce Glick from Plainville. 2nd place, Matt McDonald from Immaculata in Leavenworth. And your champion with a record of 27-1 or 37-1, 33-1, Mike Dawes from Andale.
And we're ready for the match in the